Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today, I'll be showcasing my massive Switch collection. As you can see, I've kept things in order, like the year what I bought it and the order of what games I bought through the years. So, without any further ado, let's get started. To start with numero uno, I have Breath of the Wild from The Legend of Zelda. So this was my first game. So when the Switch came out on March 3rd, 2017, um I didn't get the game at launch day, but I got it a year later along with 1-2 Switch and Super Bomberman R. I was really looking forward to this game. It's another Zelda game. I love Zelda, and the fact that they're doing an actual open world game got me very, very interested. So I wanted to see what it was like. Yeah, like once you like do the main quest, you can pretty much do whatever you want in this game. There's lots of weapons, cool characters, um, iffy story, but then again, it takes place 10,000 years in the future. So, but overall, I really like this game to the fact that I got back into it and 100% completed it. Found all the Korok seeds, did all the shrines, and found all the memories, and yada yada yada. And I gotta say, I freaking love this game. Okay, next is 1-2 Switch. So this game was just this game is just like a test demo, so you kind of show off the capabilities of the Joy-Con. So what you can do is like you can do like quick draw, wait to like fight. You have to fire your weapon first, or you can like milk a cow, or do a wizard battle like that Harry Potter shit. I don't know. I mean, it was fun when I tried it at the convention center at January, that same year the Switch came out, and yeah, it was a little fun. But at the same time, there wasn't much going for it. It kind of fell off pretty flat. So it's a meh game for me. All right. Next is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, it's Mario Kart. Who loves Mario Kart, right? Like who does I'm sorry, who doesn't like Mario Kart? But yeah, Mario Kart Deluxe. It's one of those it's one of those ports from the Wii U. It was one of the best games on the Wii U. So I didn't own Mario Kart, but my cousin did, so he let me borrow it. And I gotta say, it is Mario Kart peak at its best. Like HD graphics, like there's anti-gravity, all that. And what's crazy is after like so long, this game started game DLC through an expansion pass. So you can play like more new tracks from Mario Kart Tour, that mobile game, and other classics from other Mario Kart games. And that should last until the end of this year. So yeah, I can't wait to play it. All right, next is Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for the Switch. So, as a kid, I always liked Dragon Ball, but no one was a bigger fan of Dragon Ball than my brother, which who actually got me into playing this game. Like, he owns Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2 for the Xbox. He really really liked the game because you get to create your own like custom custom character. You can have many This person can have many races. Like you can be a Saiyan, an Earthling, an Namekian, part of Frieza's race, or a Majin, like Majin Buu. And I chose the Saiyan because I mean, come on, who doesn't want to turn Super Saiyan, right? And yeah, it's kind of fun. And in this game, you get to like go back in time with the help of Trunks. Like you can revisit past events like the Frieza saga, the Cell games, Majin Buu, God of Destruction, so forth. And I gotta say, it's kind of fun. The one thing you can do in this game is with the Joy-Cons, you can use motion controls to unleash your special moves. So if you want to like do a Kamehameha, let me show you by example. You have your two Joy-Cons, and you can go like this. Kamehameha, ha! I mean, you gotta admit, that's kind of cool. Or you want to do like special beam cannon, do the use your Joy-Con near your forehead, and then just go like this. That's kind of cool. I used it a couple times, like I had fun with it, but I didn't use it for the main story mode, so it's what it is. But overall, I've liked the game. Next is Fire Emblem Warriors. So this is my first Fire Emblem game on the Switch. And it's just like another Warriors game. I never played Warriors. All I know it's a hack and slash, and you just beat up a bunch of enemies. And dealing a bunch of combos and all that. And yeah, it's fairly good. Like, yeah, they have its own story, original characters. These two, you revisit old characters like Marth or From, Corrin. I'm not even pointing, right? It is a pretty decent game, but I barely touched on the I barely touched on the DLC. So yeah, it's all right. Oh, this one's a good one. Um, I got Super Mario Odyssey. Now this game I was very excited to play. So you know the games, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. So how you top it up? You go with Odyssey. So in this game, you team up with a hat creature, and he can capture objects and enemies, and interact with the world, and do a bunch of things. And I gotta say, this is a pretty fun game. Like you can go crazy in this game. You travel to a bunch of kingdoms, like one with dinosaurs, or one based on New York City, or yeah, there's like lots of kingdoms, and I had a blast playing with this. I've fully completed the game. I got all the power moons, and if I could, I would play this game again. All right, last game for 2017. I got Sonic Forces. Now, Sonic Forces, it's my first Sonic game for the Switch. So pretty much Eggman takes over the world this time, and there's a resistance team led by Knuckles to fight back Eggman's forces. And they need help. They need help from you. So you come in, as in the custom character. So for the first time in Sonic, you can actually create your own character. You can choose like many animal species like hedgehogs, birds, wolves, etc. And they each have their own abilities, and they use these Wispins, alien powered weapons. And I gotta say, I kind of like that part, the custom creation. But the game kind of felt flat because it was buggy, and the levels were short. Like, not much to say. It's pretty mid game, honestly. But for creating my own character, I love that part. All right, now we're in 2018, with the first game being Bayonetta. Now, I don't know much about Bayonetta other than the fact that she was a character in Smash Bros, like from the 3DS and Wii U time. And she's very flashy. I was kind of interested because why not? I want to try out new IPs. So I picked up Bayonetta. So in this game, I don't know much about the story, but I do know is it's a platformer, and you can pull out all these combos and use bullet arts to like shoot at enemies while kicking their ass, I guess. And yeah, I generally like the game, honestly. There's not much to say there. So I just kind of like it. Next is Splatoon 2. So this game came out in 2017, but I got it a year later because I was not sure of if I could play this game. And to see the hype behind it and understand why people like it, I decided to buy it. So why not? So with Splatoon, it's pretty much Call of Duty, but it's a turf war with ink, and you use weapons made by ink. That's it, right? I don't know. And I gotta say, it's a pretty fun game. Especially when you go online. There's cool modes like a story mode and a side hustle, just to like collect points and whatnot. Overall, I like this game a lot. Also, I bought the DLC, which is like an extension, and it was very cool. I like how they pay homage to like old school tropes and other various callbacks. I guess that's pretty much it. Overall, I love this game. Next is Kirby's Star Allies. Now, this was my first Kirby game on the Switch. It's just a regular Kirby game, but this time you can, befriend enemies and have them on your side as teammates. And what you can also do is imbue your weapons with elemental properties, like you can have a fire sword or a water spear or a thunder whip, stuff like that, and many other cool fusions. Like this game looks insane in HD graphics. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty decent long it's not a short game, but it's not long, but there's a lot of content enough to like play for like what 10 hours to complete it. There's also like, yeah, there's cool modes, and you can play with as other characters in the Kirby series if you're kind of familiar with it. And overall, I kind of like the game. I mean, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, despite its flack. All right, this one's a double. I got these two Amiibo games. Amiibo? No. Nintendo Labo. These Toy-Con games. So, what is Nintendo Labo? So you use these cardboard use cardboard to play games. So, like for this one, you can create your own remote control, your own house, piano. You can do fishing, or you can like ride a motorcycle. All made in cardboard pieces, and the installation process was very cool. Actually, I must say, like it's not a bad idea. And the next one, you can make your own robot, but with the cardboard project, it's just a backpack, and you pull these levers, and you hook your Joy Cons in, and you actually control your backpack by controlling the backpack. You're controlling the robot in the TV. So yeah, it's a pretty cool concept, but it kind of fell out flat since no one uses Labo anymore. So yeah, it's what it is. It was fun while it lasted. Here I have Mega Man Legacy Collection with Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. And to get hyped for Mega Man 11, I decided to like buy this game so I can get myself prepped up for the next game in the franchise. So yeah, this game owns Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 10, I believe. And I just gone all through them, beat all the Robot Masters, got all the abilities and whatnot, and yeah, it's just Mega Man all the Mega Man games roll into one. So that I pretty much like. Oh god. All right, next I have Mario Tennis Aces. So this is one of those Mario sports games. Nothing much about tennis. You have like these super shots, whatnot, and there's not much to say. I got into the game that summer, but I kind of fell off because I kind of find it lacking and a little bit boring to the point where I didn't even finish the game. So it's okay, I guess. Next is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. So this game has the main three games of Crash Bandicoot: Crash 1, Crash 2, Crash 3. But it's remastered. So fully HD. Forget those polygonal like graphics. This is like improved. You can actually see the fur. It's crazy. And to revisit these games, it was a godsend. I barely played Crash Bandicoot. I only played the first one, the first few levels, but that's it. That was on my cousin's PlayStation. But I never got to own this game until that time. And to play all of these three games, it's very cool. So yeah, I really love these games. Next up is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. And this game is a puzzle game. So it's another Mario game, but it's not based on Mario, it's based on Toad and finding treasure, of course. And what you can do with this game is you find these stars around the levels, and you control the level by spinning around them and interacting with the obstacles to further guide you to your goal. Um, this is another port from the Wii U, but I'm glad I have a chance to play this game, and I very much like it. Next is Mega Man 11. So this was the newest game back then. Like I said before, I played the Legacy Collection to get hyped up for 11, and yeah, it's a fairly decent entry in the franchise. So it's just a regular it's just another Mega Man game. What you can do in this game is you have these gear abilities. One of them slows down time so you can like react fast enough to react to enemies and whatnot. And the other one powers up your abilities so you can take out enemies faster. And pretty much overall, I generally like the game. I just wish I fully completed it. By the way, I mean I beat the game, but I didn't 100% complete it. Next up is Super Mario Party. So this was the first Mario Party on the Switch, and yeah, it's this was a return to form from previous Mario Party games. You're not in a car anymore, and yeah, but this time you play with a single Joy-Con only. Nothing much. They pretty much have new boards, and what you can do in this game is you can acquire assistants. So when you land on a certain spot, you can recruit another character, and they have their own dice blocks, which can help you in the game. So like they'll have like special numbers or other effects and whatnot, and they make good use of the motion controls. So pretty much, it's a nice game. All right, next up is The World Ends with You Final Remix. I don't know much about this game, but I pretty much got hyped to play it. So you pretty much are stuck in a world, and you have 7 days to get out, or you're deleted. This was a DS game back then, so you have to like use the touchscreen a lot. I mainly played this game on the handheld. It has a very unique gameplay. Kind of reminds me of Kid Icarus Uprising from the 3DS. It was interesting at first, but time and time again, I just couldn't complete the game. Maybe I will in the future. That's all I can say about this game. It's okay. It's alright. Next is Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. This was the first mainline, I guess, Pokemon game on the Switch, and it's interesting. See how it says "Let's Go" on the title? Because if you guys know about Pokemon Go, that popular back then game on the mobile phone, they have a lot of Pokemon Go elements, like you find Pokemon in the wild. So this game takes place in Kanto, which everyone knows, of course. And imagine Pokemon Red and Blue, but it's in like HD and 3D. So, but there are Pokemon Go mechanics, like like the game on the mobile phone, Pokemon Go, where you like go out in real life and catch Pokemon. I remember how crazy that was when I went downtown and everyone wanted that Mewtwo by the Harborfront. Anyways, yeah, it's an interesting game with you only use you only use a single Joy-Con. You can call somebody else to play with you with a couch co-op. It's only the original 151 Pokemon in the game. What else can I say? Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. But sadly, this is the only Pokemon game that I've never beaten because I kind of fell off. I guess the Pokemon Go mechanic and the Gen 1 Panda Ring kind of just got to me a bit. So, yeah, that's it. Oh, this one's good. This one's good. Here I have this Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. But I got the special edition Steelbook Art Edition. So what can I say about Smash Brothers? Smash Bros has been my life completely. From from the GameCube era in 2001 to the Wii with Brawl, all the way to the Wii U and 3DS. I remember when this first got announced, I was losing my mind, and I was just like screaming on top of the lungs so much that like I had to like get it out on Twitter, which no one read, of course. But I was that excited when this game came out. I was pretty excited because I was wondering how they would do the next Smash Bros. Game. Like, will they cut characters? Will they add more characters? Who knows? But like, to have Smash Bros. On one of the most promising consoles in this generation was mind blowing. I remember back then, I used to like. I think it was like, I think it was a few months before the game came out. I went to like the Metro Toronto Convention Center to play Smash Bros. Early, and boy, like it was a big line, but I got to play the game, which was kind of sick. But now, fast forward to December, which when the game came out, and I love this game. You have over 80 plus characters. There's lots of stages, there's lots of music, there's lots of homage to Smash Bros and video game history. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. There's some quality of life updates, a lot of fan service, and I love this game. From start to bottom, I love this game. If I talk more about this game, I will never like finish this video. That's how good this game is. Now we're in 2019 with the next game, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. It's just your standard Super Mario Bros. Game, and yeah, nothing much, just a port, but it's like added features like you can be Peachette with the crown power up, and you can act like her. Um, yeah, it's pretty much a good game. Nothing much really. All right, next up is Yoshi's Crafted World. Yeah, this is the first Yoshi game on the Switch, and I gotta give it props for like the level design and how the game looks like. It's all made of arts and crafts. It's crazy. But yeah, it's a cool Yoshi game. I'll recommend. Next is Super Mario Maker 2. So in this game, you get to like well, first I should say it's a sequel to Super Mario Maker from from the Wii U. Yes, from the Wii U. And this is the game where you get to make your own Mario levels from many styles, like Super Mario Bros, Mario Bros 3, World, U, and 3D World. And yeah, they added some nice quality of life improvements and updates, and yeah, it's a very cool game. Maybe one day I'll get back into this. Oh, this one's a doozy. Here we have Fire Emblem Three Houses. So, like I said before, I got into Fire Emblem by playing a game on my phone called Fire Emblem Heroes, which pretty much is like regular Fire Emblem, but it's on your phone, and they just teach me the ropes, and they have over a bunch of characters from many games, and I just got into it for like a couple years, but I fell off. But that got me excited for the next Fire Emblem game, which was this game. So in this game, you are a teacher and you teach your students how to fight. Like you can teach them how to use swords, axes, lances, bows, gauntlets. You can tell them how to like ride on horseback, ride on dragons, or have armor, etc. As a nice story, three you have three paths. You choose one of the house leaders and choose their teams to like teach. I for one chose her team because I had a little crush on her, you know what I'm saying? But I chose her team and I love her team, and yeah, it's a very cool game. It's like a slice of life. You talk with your the people around the monastery. There's like support conversations. There's even like romance. So get far into the game, you can marry one person. I married the house leader, so that's another story. But overall, this is a cool game. I played like all three all three paths, but I haven't played the other one along with the DLC. So yeah, it's a very cool game. Number 30, I have Spyro Reignited Trilogy. So this is just like Crash Insane Trilogy, where there's three games, like the first Spyro game, the second one, the third one, all in HD remaster. And this is the first time I actually have Spyro, besides from the Crash and Spyro team up game I got on my Game Boy Advance. But I really like this game. Like you fly around in a hub world and you just go into levels and just defeat enemies, set them on fire, stuff like that. Yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I like it. Next up is The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Now, I wasn't sure about this game because this is a reimagining of not a reimagining, but a remake of an old game in the Game Boy, I guess. And yeah, it's just another Zelda game. You're stuck in an island and you want to get out. You got to go to this guy, this egg thing, and make a wish, and then get out. Yeah, it has a lot of yeah, it's another cool Zelda game, and the funny part is they have Mario enemies like Gumbas and Kirby as an enemy. Like he will swallow you whole and do things. Don't ask. But I like this game for its art style. So yeah, cool. All right. Oh, now we're getting to the good part. So here I got Ring Fit Adventure. So this is a fitness based game, and what you do is you play as this guy or girl, and you go on an adventure to beat the big black dragon, Drago. and this is all like exercise theme, fitness theme. So how do you play this game? You use this thing. You use this ring con. So what you do is you attach a Joy-Con into your ring con and you play. What you can do is you can jog with it, you can squeeze it, you can pull it, you can go anywhere with it, honestly. And just for exercise and gameplay. This is the weirdest game I ever played, but it works and it's so cool. I'm playing a game, but at the same time, I'm getting fit, I'm learning how to be fit, and it's crazy. Like, I can go on and on about this game and how I played, but I don't have time for that. But I will say is it is definitely worth the money. Like, if you want to get fit but play games at the same time, get this game. Next up is Luigi's Mansion 3. Now, I for one owned the first one on my GameCube, but never the second one. So I jumped to the third one. So in this game, it doesn't take place in a mansion, but takes place on a very, very tall hotel. So why isn't it called Luigi's Hotel? I don't know. But yeah, it's like you have each floor has its own like world and levels with its own unique enemies and puzzles. And yeah, it's another HD game and it's very, very cool. I 100% completed it. Got all the got all the monsters and whatnot, beat all the bosses, and yeah, it's just overall fun. So I recommend getting this game if you guys love Luigi's Mansion. All right, next is Pokemon Sword version. So this was the Pokemon game I was waiting for, and it's a bit of a mixed bag. Like at first, I'm like, yeah, I'm very excited for a new Pokemon game on the Switch, but at the same time, it was kind of a lackluster. So, like with many Pokemon games, it takes place in certain regions based on our world. Like there's Japan, there's New York, Paris, Alola, but this one's great based on the UK or Great Britain. I'm not sure, and it's the same thing. Get all the gym badges, face the champion, face off against the evil team, yada yada yada. But like the past games, they have a new mechanic called Dynamaxing, where you can grow your Pokemon to epically large proportions. I'm talking about kaiju levels here, and they use these max moves to change the situation in the battle, like weather or stat boosts or whatnot. And yeah, that part's kind of fun. It's kind of cool strategy. What else can I say? And then there's the bad parts. Like I said, the good part is there are lots of cool Pokemon, new forms. But the bad part about this game is how the how should I say this? The graphics were a bit iffy. Um, it didn't look polished enough. And then there was this whole national Dex cut. Yeah, they cut so many features in this game, and it's crazy. But that didn't stop me from playing the game, having fun. But overall, it's a 75-25 game for me, maybe 30-60. Who knows? All right, we're in the year 2020, also known as the COVID season, or sorry, COVID season. Not It's COVID year. My bad, COVID year. And it started with this game, Animal Crossing: New Horizons. And I gotta say, this is a pretty fun game. Yeah, when COVID hit, you can hardly go to your stores. You have to rely on online shopping. And when I heard about and what can I say? When this game was about to come out, people were like, there was like a big line for Animal Crossing along with Doom Horizons. To the fact that they had to shut down their own stores after that. And yeah, that was the last time people can get their games physically. But I ordered mine's online just to be safe from COVID. But backstory done. What do I think about this game? It's just your slice of life game. Like you own your own island and you get to like design it the way you see fit. You live there, you pay rent, you get your bills done. You customize your house. You can invite neighbors into your island. You can visit other islands. Like it's a good way to play with people. Like one thing I like about this game is it takes place in real time. Like I got this game in March. So in March it's spring or winter. So the islands will look green. But in like fall or autumn, there'll be like leaves on the ground. Like there'll be like red leaves, yellow leaves, brown leaves. And when it's like December, it'll be snowing and stuff like that. And they have real life events like Christmas, Halloween, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's, you name it. And it's very, very cool. You can do anything in this game, pretty much. Like I can go on and on about this game, but I'll just leave it at that. You can fish, you can catch bugs, you can like overall this is a pretty cool game, but you can't play this game forever. When I started playing this game, it was every single day. I'm done. All right, next up is Paper Mario: The Origami King. Now, if you guys don't know, I am a big fan of Paper Mario. Preferably the first two entries in the franchise. Like I love Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door on my GameCube, and I appreciate Paper Mario as the first game. But this game, it's a bit in the middle. Like it's not like the two games I talked about, but it's not as bad as the other games. But it's somewhere in the middle, maybe above average. So yeah, I pretty much like this game in its own style. They focus more on the paper aspect and what else can I say? The plot's okay. Interesting story. Paper Mario is very good when it comes to story. And the gameplay was 50-50 for me. I like the new changes, but I prefer like like the old Paper Mario ways, like RPG elements. And that's pretty much it, you know. I like it. Next is Super Mario 3D All Stars. So with this game, it was a limited edition. So you would have this from September to March, I believe, at the end of March. And you not have not one, not two, but three games. Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. These are the 3D sandbox platforming games that I mentioned earlier that led up to Odyssey in the 3D means. And yeah, it was cool to have all three of these games. I played 64 back then. I definitely played Galaxy, but I never played Sunshine. I never owned Sunshine, which is kind of weird. I barely owned any Mario games back then, so yeah, it was very cool to play all these games and have them all in like one cartridge. So yeah, cool. Next up is Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So this is like another port from the Wii U, and I gotta say, this is a very cute game that I really like. Like, so you're an astronaut, you're stranded in a mysterious planet, and you have and these aliens called Pikmin help you out on your journey to like find your missing parts or to scavenge for food to like actually survive. Because if you don't have food, then you die, of course. So you can use these Pikmin. You can command them to like attack enemies for you or help you like get through the levels easily. All before nightfall, because if you don't get back before nightfall, then you get eaten or mauled by these creatures. Yeah, I pretty much like this game, and I'm excited for Pikmin 4 when it comes out. Next up is number 39, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, this is like another like Warriors game, hack and slash, all that. But it's based on Breath of the Wild. I own Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Um, that's one of the games I lost, but that game focused more on Zelda as a whole. But this game, it focuses more on the Breath of the Wild story and its characters. So yeah, just another like Warriors game, and yeah, it's very faithful to its source material, and I like it. I I didn't beat the full game, but maybe in the future I will. Okay, now we're at 2021. We are more than halfway done. Bear with me. Here I am with here I am. Here I have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This thing. So yeah, this is once again another port from the Wii U to the Switch, but it has like new content, Bowser's Fury. So it's pretty much a mix between 3D World and Odyssey. It's pretty much open world like, but it's all in one area. But there's like many areas in that area. Uh yeah, I like the campaign in this game, and Super Mario World is like one of those is one of the greatest Wii U games I ever played on the Wii U. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a fairly good game, so thumbs up. So this is one of those games where you can like take photos of Pokemon throughout your what's the word? Uh your exploration. You go on this little you go on a little car and you just travel and you find Pokemon to take pictures of. And there's lots of Pokemon. Not all of them, but there's lots of them. So yeah, you just take pictures and you catch them doing cool things, and you throw these orbs, which causes special effects, and that's pretty much it. Pretty cool game. Okay, next I have Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. It's about time I finish this goddamn video. So yeah, I played the first three games, and now I'm playing the fourth game, which I'm surprised they actually announced because I was not expecting this game. But yeah, it's just another Crash game, and but you use these guys. They're called quantum masks, and they have a variety of abilities, such as you pretty much bend space and time, and as a cool story. You just going back through like yeah, you're revisiting like Crash's history, and you not only get to play as Crash, but his sister Coco too, and you get to play as Neo Cortex, the villain of Crash Bandicoot, along with Dingo Dial, one of the bosses in Crash 2. And yeah, there's a lot of cool levels and remixes of those levels, and it's overall cool. Also, you have costumes, which is a nice touch. So yeah, The Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword HD. So I'm glad I got to finally play this game because I never owned this for the Wii, but now I have it. Back when I was waiting for the sequel to Breath of the Wild before it was called Tears of the Kingdom, they announced Skyward Sword, and they told us that like it has many similarities to Breath of the Wild. Like many of the gameplay elements that came from Skyward Sword got improved dramatically in Breath of the Wild. So I was kind of very curious. Also, in the Zelda timeline, this is where everything started. So I was very curious and interested. But yeah, it's another Zelda game. You actually use motion controls. Like if you use the right Joy-Con stick, you can actually swing it around and slash like it's an actual sword, which is kind of cool. So yeah, overall, this is a very cool Zelda game that I would recommend if you want to get into the lore of Zelda. Next up, I have WarioWare. Get it together. Get it together, man. Get it together. For this game, it's pretty much a game of mini games, pretty much. All these characters, they're in their miniature form or chibi form, and you play these mini games within a time limit. Not much I can say about this, but you can play coach co-op, and there's a leaderboard with scores, and that's pretty much it. It's a cool game. It's all right to me. All right, this one's a big one. Metroid Dread. So yeah, I got pretty interested in the Metroid series. So much that I played one of the old Metroid games, Super Metroid, which is one of the best S SNES games I have ever played. Because it took so much of my time and I was so invested. Like I barely played Metroid, like let alone the old ones. And it was very cool. And it's just like and Metroid Dread kicks it up a notch. So in this game you crash on a planet, but you lose all your powers, you meet strange characters, and you discover and it's very heavy story wise. The gameplay is cool, the map is cool, the levels are cool, the environments and all that. And you have these cool weapons. So one of the main features in this game is while you're like traversing through the levels, you come across these very scary robots called Emmy. I forgot what it stands for. Anyways, these things are effing scary. Like they can feel the vibrations. If they see you, they will hunt you down until you die. It's that scary. It has that horror aspect into it. Like if they spot me, I have to like find some cover or camouflage myself, stuff like that. It's awesome. It's crazy. It's scary. It's everything. And yeah, I love the enemies. I love the bosses. Everything about this game just oozes awesomeness, and it just makes me appreciate the finer things in life. But yeah, this kicked up my Metroid fanness up a notch. I love this game. All right, next up is Mario Party Superstars. So, another Mario Party game. But if you're a fan of the older games, you're going to love this one because they have party boards from the first two Mario Party games from the 64, I believe. And they have over 100 mini games, and they have old rules. It's pretty much a return to form Mario Party. I know I said the last Mario Party was return to form, but this one is like was back to like original originality. Yeah, this game is pretty cool. Like it kind of reminds me back then of the Mario Party games I own for my GameCube, like Mario Party 4, 5, 6. Those were the Mario Party games. And they have all those mini games. Well, some of them, but it's a very cool Mario Party game. You play with your family and your friends, and all crazy just goes loose. That's pretty much it. It's a very cool Mario Party game. The one thing I am sad about it is that they didn't get more party boards like for like the GameCube era, the for Mario Party 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, it's what it is. All right. Next is Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So if you guys played Pokemon Diamond on the DS, it's just it's a remake but HD. Yeah, same thing, but in the end it sucks. Moving on. Okay, now we're in 2022. The first game being Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, this game may be the most ambitious Pokemon game I have ever played. So, yeah, it's pretty much action meets RPG in a way. So instead of your basic, catch gym leader, catch gym leaders. Did I really say that? Instead of beating gym leaders, getting gym badges, and beating the evil team, it's a whole other story. It takes place in ancient times, more like ancient Sinnoh, like Gen 4. So this was way back before Pokemon and people were working together. Like people saw Pokemon as dangerous creatures, as they call it. And this is a very interesting take in Pokemon. So what you're doing is you're transported from the present all the way to the past, and what you do is you're part of the Survey Corps, which what you do there is you go out and document Pokemon information and put it on the first ever Pokédex. So this is when the Pokédex were born, and the Pokeballs are made of wood and smoke. So in this game, you're it's pretty much like Breath of the Wild but Pokemon. So you can dodge, you're hiding from Pokemon, and you're catching Pokemon on real time. Like I'm running, I see a Pikachu, I'll just throw it. It's just like that. And Pokemon will attack you. You know what I said about the dangerous creatures thing? Like they will f you up. Like you see this big Rapidash with glowing eyes, level 40. When you're in like a level 1 to 10 area, you need to run away. That's how like serious it is. But yeah, like there's a decent amount of Pokemon. There's a good selection. What else can I say? Like I very much like the mechanics. Like you have types of styles like agile style, which makes you move faster, or strong style, which gives your moves an extra oomph and increases the likelihood of effects. Like it'll cause your opponent to burn more or get paralyzed more, etc., etc. And it's very cool. Like it has all these areas that you can just roam around, but it's pretty much like there's zones in Sinnoh. It's weird to describe, but this is a very cool game from start to finish, and then with the post game, very very cool game that I might get back into one day. Who knows? Nice. All right, here I have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. So this is my second Kirby game on the Switch, and this is the first like 3D action Kirby game. Like like back then, like all the Kirby games were 2D, but this one's like full 3D, like Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild stuff like that. Um, so in this game, it takes you in a mysterious area, which kind of resembles like a lost civilization. But think about Adventure Time meets Kirby. I'll say that. Like everything's abandoned. Like you'll see buildings. You'll go to like grasslands, of course, and there's beaches. Okay, I can't describe it. Like I like the locations. Some of them are a bit like bland, like oh grassland, um, beach area, water level, volcano. But there's like this one level that I like. Well, one area. It's like based on a theme park, which I kind of like. What you can do in this game is you have this thing called mouth mode, where you can like inhale objects. So imagine Kirby sucking up a big car, like this car, and he can control it. Uh, what can I say? You can control other things too, like pine cones to like pierce through stone, or using an O shaped ring to like blow air, or swallow a light bulb to illuminate light, stuff like that. There's new copy abilities like Ranger, which have a blunderbuss, which you can like shoot targets and enemies. And there's the drill ability, which lets you like burrow on the ground. If you create a circle around your enemy, you create a quake, which damages your foes. Of course. Yeah, the bot like the characters are interesting. Like it's mainly animals and creatures like lions, monkeys. Not much to say there, but leading up to the end was dramatic, dramatic and crazy. Like the game, like the gameplay, like sure you move, you swap, you inhale enemies, use their attacks, but you can dodge in like a bullet time, and you can slow like when you dodge at the right time, you can attack enemies at a faster rate, giving you the edge on bosses and enemies, which is a cool nod to Breath of the Wild, where if you dodge at the last second, then you can unleash a flurry of attacks. So I like that. And yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I I fully beat the game, but I never like got all the collectibles, so here's hoping I do that one day. Alright, next is Nintendo Switch Sports. So if you like Wii Sports from the Wii, like back in what, 2006, you might like this game. You can play old sports like badminton, bowling, um chambara and tennis. And there's new ones like volleyball and chambara and soccer. Also, they added golf later on, which took them like 9 months. The fact that that happened was crazy and ridiculous that it took that long, and that we'll never get any more sports. Why Nintendo? Well, yeah, it's kind of cool. It looks clean. It looks nice. Gameplay wise, it's nice. Um, the modes are pretty fun. Like for that for both, like for example, that one for bowling, you have like you're up against you're up against 15 other people, and if you have the most points, then then you can advance to the next round. But if you have not enough points, then you lose. So it's kind of like it's a bowling tournament pretty much. I should have said that earlier. And yeah, you get so in this game you either have Mii's or sports mates, these fun looking characters. And for the first time ever, you get to customize your character. As you play throughout these sports, you get points, and once you hit 100, then you lock custom customizations like outfits, headgear, makeup, different balls like customizable bowling balls and chambara swords, stuff like that. And you can also turn yourself into like a squirrel or a robot, which is kind of cool. I like that. What else can I say? Um, online's pretty cool. I like that. But overall, I have mixed feelings. I like that I can play like Wii Sports, but on the Switch. But I wish they can do more, like more mini games. I wish you can like walk around the area. Like Sports Co Square looks pretty fun to like walk around and interact with other Mii's and players from around the world. It's a me thing that I would like, but that's not really the focus. Also, I wish they added more sports like boxing or baseball, or like from Wii Sports or Resort. Like the fact that they could add all these sports into this one game really baffles me. So I'm kind of left in a mixed bag. But I still love it. Next is Pac-Man World Repack. I never owned the Pac-Man game other than the Pac-Man Party game with Namco and stuff like that. But that's a story for another time. So for this is a remake or a remaster of Pac-Man World from the PlayStation, I guess. And it's a pretty fun Platman Platman Pac-Man platforming game. And it looks fun and it looks cool and it looks I like the graphics and visuals. And overall, I really like this game. So, yeah. All right, next I got Splatoon 3. So, this is my second Splatoon game I own. And there's not much going for this game, but it's still good. Yeah, it has a nice story mode and they have this new mode where so with Turf Wars, it's just one team against another, but there could be three teams against each other. Sometimes it's well, that's not sometimes. So like one team will have four players and two teams will have two players. So the team of four will have an advantage against the other two teams of two. And they just fight for the most turf. Sometimes the two teams work together and sometimes they don't. Which is a cool twist considering it's called 3. So, yeah. I mean, overall, I'm still playing the game. They have cool events, and yeah, it's pretty fun. All right, next up is another 3 game, Bayonetta 3. So, like I said before, oh, wait, yeah, like I said before, I beat the first 2 games right before this game came out. Talk about last minute timing, and same thing, mid story, but cool gameplay. You get to control the demons this time. They do the fighting for you while you just like stand around and dance while she dances. You can play as other characters like Viola, who is a swordsman with a pet cat toy that can like destroy or maul their foes, stuff like that. Yeah, same thing with Bayonetta. It's cool. So that's all I can say. All right, next up is Sonic Frontiers, and boy, I have been excited for this game. So yeah, for the past decade, you can say that the Sonic franchise has been lacking. Like there there's not that many great games. Like I've heard Generations is great, but I never played it yet. And Colors, which I never played yet. Why didn't I play those games? Anyways, but now like we have this game. Like coming from Forces, like I said earlier, like I was praying and hoping that the next time Sonic came back, he would come back with a vengeance. Like, and he did. This game is great. Um, there's a whole story of what this game will be like. So for this game, this is like the first open world game, open world Sonic game, or open zone as they describe it. So it takes place in the Starfall Islands. Sonic and his friends get stuck there, and Sonic has to find his friends from imminent danger. Like the islands are your playground. You can run around, do whatever you want, however you want, in any order, in that island, and then move on to the next island. You have this cool ability called Psyloop, which makes you glow, and if you like draw a circle, you create effects like you make rings pop out the ground, or you can like affect enemies in a certain way, and puzzles. You can interact with puzzles that way. Like it's pretty cool. And Sonic has a number of attacks like a loop kick or a sonic boom, where you're like kicking out these shockwaves of energy in a rapid succession. And there's like this phantom rush where if you get up to a certain combo rate, then There's like multiple Sonics attacking one guy. Like it's crazy. I love the combat in this game. And yeah, the story is great. The best it's been since Adventure, or I guess, I don't know. Yeah, story's good. Characters, especially with the lore that I can't get into, but I'll leave you guys to figure out. One thing I should mention is that they have a DLC roadmap for this year. So they released the first DLC, which I have yet to play, which I will show you guys in the future. But right now it's kind of cool. Like they added new modes, new music, and then the last update they'll add like more playable characters and a new story, which I can't wait to play one day. So this game brought back Sonic from whatever it came from. This is like one of the best Sonic games I played since the Sonic Adventure series. It's pretty much close to that. So this game is very, very, very cool. So yeah, this is the latest Pokemon game to come out on the Switch, and this is the first open world Pokemon game. So in Legends Arceus, you were confined to like 5 zones of the area of the map, but in this game, like after you like complete like 2 hours of the game's story campaign, then you can like play the game however you want and go and mix and mingle between the three story paths as you play the game. There's a lot of cool Pokemon, cool characters. Um, Not much I can say. Like it's a cool game. They have a new mechanic called terrestrialization, where you can change your type into one type, which can be oh my god, my camera's shaking. Which you can like change your typing into one singular type, just to throw off your enemies or power up your moves and yada yada yada. I had doubts about that mechanic, but it kind of works in a way. There's also like Terra Raid battles where you get to like play with you can play along with 3 other people and battle out. No, you work together to beat that one Pokemon, and after you beat him, just like in Sword and Shield, you can capture the Pokemon if you want. I think this game has a good story, like since Black and White, and yeah, it's a pretty fair game. Oh, it's a pretty fair game. This game is 50-50 because when it came out, it was criticized for its graphics. People said it looks shitty, like a game Cube game or a PlayStation 2 game, stuff like that. And there were lots and lots of bugs and glitches. Like go on Twitter, go on YouTube, you'll find them. And yeah, it was a crazy time. Like how they were pumping out Pokemon games year after year, I had enough. But I want to see how this game played. So the game was fun, but I didn't like how they were pushing out Pokemon games yearly. So there's that. Then there's also DLC, which will come out later this year, like probably like in the fall. And there's Pokemon Bank, so I've yet to put my old Pokemon into this game. So yeah, that's all I can say about this game. It's 50-50 for me. Finally, we are in the final year, 2023. And I started off with Fire Emblem Engage. So I just came out of like Fire Emblem Three Houses. And ever since then, I've been hooked into Fire Emblem. So I bought this game. So yeah, it's just your basic Fire Emblem game. Like back then, they did things different in that game, but in this game, it's a return to form in a way. Like it's just they have the weapon triangle this time, and it's pretty cool. It has a nice story, cool characters, which I can't get into because I can just talk forever about these characters. Yeah, nothing much. It's just like Fire Emblem Three Houses, but it's cool in its own way, and it's a pretty fair game. And they have DLC, which I haven't played yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, it's a pretty fun game. That's all I can say about this game. So what do I know about Metroid Prime? I know that when I was like what 4 or 5, my mom went to Blockbuster and she rented Metroid Prime for the GameCube. And okay, I played for it a little bit, and I barely advanced in this game. Probably because I didn't know how to play games or I was too scared. Now in the future, I'm like, I really wish I played this game because I was missing out. But now they announced that they have a remastered version of this game. It's just it's not just a port or a remake. It's just a remaster. Like the graphics and the visuals in HD is incredible. And Metroid Prime is one of the greatest Metroid games I ever played. Next to you know what? All the Metroid games are great. Super Metroid, Metroid Dread, and and this game. They're all in the same line, but I can't. It's this game is so I can't even talk properly. This game is so good. I can't even tell if it's better or worse than the other games. They're just all good. But honestly, like the later games are better than Metroid than Super Metroid, in my opinion. So yeah, this is a very cool game. And I can't wait to play if I have a chance to play the second one, the third one, and the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4 that has not been announced yet. It that is in development hell, and if I had to guess, it'll come out in 2024. So yeah, and finally, the last game I own right now is Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So this game is based on the game from the Wii, which I own currently. Like I have a Wii. I owned the Kirby game before this, and this is just like an HD remake. And yeah, it's cool to play this game again. They added new copy abilities like sand, where you can like manipulate sand and attack enemies, and mecha, where you have like robotic like arms and a jetpack, and you can do all these things like a Mobile Suit Gundam. I don't know. They have a bunch of mini games in another mode, and they have an epilogue. So if you guys are a fan of Kirby, then there's a mode what happens after you beat the game, like after you beat the final boss. You see where he lands up and you get to play as him in his own like campaign, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this is a like once again, like I'm glad I got to go come back to this game and play it all over again. And that concludes my 50 plus Switch game collection. I gotta say, I own a lot of Switch games. What is wrong with me? Um, like I've been talking about so much of these games that my voice is starting to like degrade. Like I'm getting nervous. I'm getting hiccups. It's crazy. So yeah, what do you guys think of my Switch collection? Like I know that I'm missing some games like Arms, Donkey Kong, Hyrule Warriors, and Super Bomberman R, but I just can't find these games because I think someone stole them. So will will I find them? Will I buy them? I'm not sure. But yeah, like I was very excited to show my gaming collection because I wanted to show you guys how much of a Switch fan I am. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, what do you guys think? What game did you like from my collection? Do you guys own the one of the games that I have? What else can I say? Yeah, that's it. So after this video, I'll do a playthrough of Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom comes out. So look forward to that. And until next time, I am done. So this video was meant to be done like 3 or 4 days ago because either what's going on in the outside world or I just don't feel that good. But I just really want to like get it out and show off my massive collection before I get on to my gaming channel. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.